In Vedic astrology, the concept of karakas plays a crucial role in determining the deeper purpose and trajectory of an individual's life. Among them, the Amatyakaraka holds a distinctive place as the planet that signifies the means and resources through which a person achieves their life's purpose. It is derived using the Chara-Karika system, a unique method that assigns different planetary significators based on their degrees in a natal chart. The Amatyakaraka is the planet that holds the second highest degrees among all planets in the chart, second only to the Atma Karaka, which represents the soul's ultimate goal. The word Amatya in Sanskrit translates to minister or advisor, and Karaka means significator. Together, Amatyakaraka can be understood as the planetary influence that serves as a minister or facilitator, guiding an individual toward fulfilling their destined purpose in life, which is indicated by the Atma Karaka. Just as a king, Atma Karaka, requires a competent minister to execute his vision, the soul's journey is supported and directed by the qualities and influences of the Amatyakaraka. It indicates the profession, career, and activities that help an individual establish themselves in society and achieve their goals. The Amatyakaraka is deeply linked to one's vocation, professional growth, and ability to make an impact in the world. It reveals the skills and talents that a person can harness to navigate their career path successfully. It also provides insights into the type of work environment, authority figures, and mentors who will play a role in shaping their journey. The dignity of this planet, its placement in the horoscope, its aspects, and conjunctions with other planets further refine its effects, influencing whether success comes easily or through struggles and challenges. One of the most significant roles of the Amatyakaraka is determining how a person finds success in their professional life. Since career and financial stability are fundamental aspects of an individual's identity, the Amatyakaraka holds immense importance in career astrology. It helps astrologers analyze the native strengths and potential fields where they can excel. Whether one becomes an entrepreneur, a politician, an artist, a scholar, or a government official, much of it is influenced by the planet occupying the role of Amatyakaraka. It reflects the kind of education and skill development that would be beneficial in achieving career goals. The influence of the Amatyakaraka is not limited to career alone. It also affects the support system in an individual's life. This includes guidance from mentors, the role of family and friends in career development, and even unexpected events that facilitate or obstruct progress. Depending on the dignity of the planet holding this position, the support received can be either constructive or challenging. In some cases, adversities associated with this planet may serve as catalysts for growth, pushing individuals toward greater achievements despite hardships. Another important aspect of the Amatyakaraka is its role in shaping leadership qualities and decision-making abilities. The planet holding this position can indicate whether an individual is suited for positions of authority, public service, or creative independence. A strong Amatyakaraka often grants the ability to influence others and take on responsibilities that require strategic planning and execution. However, if the planet is afflicted or placed in a weak position, it may indicate obstacles in achieving professional success, conflicts with authority figures, or delays in career growth. In astrology, the Amatyakaraka plays a crucial role in timing major career-related events. During the planetary period, dasha, or major transits of the Amatyakaraka, significant developments in career, recognition, financial gains, or professional challenges are likely to occur. These periods often serve as turning points in an individual's journey, bringing opportunities or hardships that redefine their professional direction. The sign and house placement of the Amatyakaraka further refine its influence. The house it occupies shows the area of life where its energy manifests most prominently. For example, if placed in the 10th house, it strongly supports a career in leadership, government, or public service. If found in the 5th house, it may indicate success through creativity, education, or performing arts. Similarly, the zodiac sign it occupies influences the nature of the profession. A fiery sign like Aries or Leo may push the individual toward leadership and competitive fields, while an earthy sign like Taurus or Virgo may direct them toward finance, agriculture, or technical skills. Another layer of analysis involves studying the interactions of the Amatyakaraka with other planets in the chart. If conjunct or aspect by benefic planets like Jupiter or Venus, it enhances career prospects and provides support from influential figures. If afflicted by malefic planets like Saturn, Rahu, or Ketu, it may bring delays, struggles, or the need for hard work before success is achieved. The nakshatra in which the Amatyakaraka resides further deepens the analysis, revealing subtle psychological traits and tendencies that influence professional choices. Ultimately, the role of the Amatyakaraka in Vedic astrology is profound and multidimensional. It acts as the bridge between an individual's personal aspirations and their worldly achievements. By understanding this planet's influence in the natal chart, one can gain deeper insights into their career path, challenges, and the type of support that will help them reach their highest potential. Whether success comes easily or through trials, the guidance of the Amatyakaraka ensures that an individual is equipped with the necessary skills, experiences, and relationships to fulfill their destiny. With this context in mind, let's delve into the predictions for different planets as Amatyakaraka. When the Sun holds the position of Amatyakaraka in a birth chart, it significantly influences the individual's career, ambitions, and overall journey toward fulfilling their purpose in life. The Amatyakaraka is the minister or facilitator to the Atma Karaka, which represents the soul's ultimate desire and mission. This means that the qualities and energies of the Sun play a crucial role in guiding the native toward their destiny. Since the Sun is the planet of authority, leadership, recognition, and self-esteem, individuals with this placement often find themselves in positions of influence, responsibility, and visibility. Their career and professional life become a medium through which they assert their identity and gain recognition, and their ability to lead, inspire, and take charge is a key factor in their success. One of the strongest implications of having the Sun as Amatyakaraka is the connection between career and self-worth. These individuals are likely to experience a direct link between their professional achievements and their confidence. Success in their chosen field significantly boosts their self-esteem, while setbacks can deeply impact their sense of self. Unlike those who separate work from personal identity, natives with this placement often see their profession as an extension of who they are. This makes it essential for them to choose a career path that allows them to shine, command respect, and take on leadership responsibilities. They thrive in roles where they can be seen, heard, and appreciated for their contributions. Whether they work in government, administration, politics, or entrepreneurial ventures, they feel most fulfilled when they are recognized for their efforts and leadership. Another key feature of this placement is the potential for strong support from father figures, mentors, or authoritative personalities. The Sun represents the father in astrology, and as Amatyakaraka, it suggests that paternal guidance or fatherly figures play a major role in shaping the individual's professional journey. These influences could manifest in different ways. Some may receive direct support, mentorship, or inherited positions, while others may face challenges or conflicts with authority figures that ultimately lead them toward their true purpose. If the Sun is well placed and strong in dignity, the support from authority figures is likely to be positive, helping the native ascend in their career smoothly. However, if the Sun is afflicted or weak, this support may come through difficulties, requiring the individual to overcome ego struggles, rejections, or power struggles before they can fully step into their role. Given the Sun's natural inclination toward leadership and governance, this placement often indicates a career connected to government service, high-ranking positions, or administrative roles. Many individuals with Sun as Amatyakaraka find themselves in politics, law, or public administration, where they work closely with government policies and legal frameworks. Their ability to influence decisions, enforce rules, and maintain order is a defining trait of their professional life. Such individuals often excel in roles that require decision-making, authority, and strategic planning. They are naturally drawn to positions where they can exercise power, whether in public service, corporate management, or entrepreneurial endeavors. When the Sun becomes the Amatyakaraka, it signifies that the individual's career and life purpose will revolve around leadership, authority, and a sense of responsibility. Its relationship with the Atma Karaka provides deeper insights into this dynamic. If Mars is the Atma Karaka, the pairing creates a powerful leader who excels in fields requiring bravery and decisive action, such as governance or the military. With Jupiter as the Atma Karaka, the Sun supports the pursuit of wisdom and ethical leadership, enabling careers in teaching or philosophy. If Mercury is the Atma Karaka, the Sun's influence directs intellectual and communication skills toward influential roles in education, media, or strategy. When paired with the Moon as the Atma Karaka, the Sun balances nurturing qualities with leadership, allowing the person to lead with compassion in caregiving or creative fields. This dynamic empowers individuals to shine through their professional and personal endeavors. The placement of the Sun in the chart, its house, sign, and conjunctions, greatly affects how these influences manifest. If the Sun is placed in the 10th house, for instance, the native is almost guaranteed to hold a significant leadership position in their career. If the Sun is in the 1st house, it amplifies personal charisma and a strong desire to be seen as a leader. A placement in the 5th or 9th house can indicate careers related to education, creativity, and guidance, where they lead through knowledge and inspiration. In contrast, if the Sun is placed in a difficult house like the 6th, 8th, or 12th, The native may face more struggles in establishing their authority and may have to overcome obstacles or hidden enemies to rise to prominence. An important aspect of this placement is the ability to inspire and impact others. Since the sun is the only celestial body that generates its own light, those with the sun as Amatyakaraka often become figures that others look up to. They possess a natural magnetism that draws people toward them, and their decisions or actions tend to affect a larger group of people. Whether they choose to lead in a political, corporate, or entrepreneurial setting, their influence extends beyond their immediate environment. This ability to impact others can make them excellent public speakers, policymakers, or thought leaders who shape societal norms and ideas. However, the sun also represents ego, and when it is in the role of Amatyakaraka, the individual must be cautious of excessive pride or arrogance. Leadership comes naturally to them, but if the sun is poorly placed or afflicted, it can lead to an overbearing personality that alienates colleagues or subordinates. They may struggle with teamwork, finding it difficult to accept input from others or delegate responsibilities. Balancing authority with humility becomes crucial for their long-term success. A well-placed sun allows them to lead with confidence and earn respect, while an afflicted sun can lead to ego conflicts, power struggles, and difficulty maintaining professional relationships. The dignity of the sun in the chart also plays a significant role in determining how easily the individual can fulfill their career goals. A sun in Leo or Aries is strong and naturally supportive, providing confidence, clarity, and a clear path to success. If the sun is in Libra, its sign of debilitation, or placed in houses that weaken its authority, the individual may struggle to assert themselves, face opposition from authority figures, or experience delays in career success. In such cases, the individual may need to work harder to gain recognition and may find their path through difficult experiences, as seen in cases where legal or governmental challenges ultimately lead them to their true calling. Another significant factor is the association of the sun with other planets. If the sun is conjunct Mars, the individual may have a fiery, action-oriented approach to leadership, excelling in fields like military, engineering, or surgery. If the sun is with Mercury, communication and intellect become key components of their profession, making them suited for law, media, or business. A conjunction with Ketu may indicate a more detached approach, leading them toward research, spirituality, or occult sciences. Understanding these planetary influences helps refine career predictions and highlights the different ways the sun's leadership energy may manifest. The spiritual implications of the sun as Amatyakaraka should not be overlooked. The sun represents the soul's light, and its placement in this role suggests that the individual's career is deeply connected to their spiritual path. They may feel a calling to serve a higher purpose through their work, whether in governance, education, social activism, or personal leadership. Their profession is not just a means of earning a livelihood but a medium through which they express their inner truth and contribute to the world. This alignment with a higher purpose often brings a sense of fulfillment and helps them leave a lasting legacy. Ultimately, the sun as Amatyakaraka signifies a life path where leadership, recognition, and authority play a central role. These individuals are naturally drawn to roles where they can shine, influence, and make a difference in society. Their journey may be shaped by paternal figures, authority figures, or governmental connections, and they thrive in environments that allow them to take charge. However, the success they achieve is closely tied to their ability to balance confidence with humility, ensuring that their leadership benefits not only themselves but also those around them. By embracing the qualities of the sun, strength, wisdom, and integrity, they can fulfill their highest potential and leave a meaningful impact on the world. The moon as Amatyakaraka plays a crucial role in shaping one's career and life path, emphasizing emotional intelligence, adaptability, and nurturing qualities. This placement indicates that your professional journey is deeply tied to your emotions, and your success largely depends on how well you channel the moon's energy. Your career and work life are not just about financial stability. They must provide emotional fulfillment and a sense of purpose. If you find yourself in a profession that does not align with your heart, it will be difficult for you to sustain motivation or feel content. The moon, being a fast-moving and changeable planet, also brings fluctuations in your professional life, but it simultaneously grants you the resilience to navigate through these changes with emotional strength. Since the moon represents care, nourishment, and emotional connection, careers involving caregiving, healing, teaching, counseling, and creative fields are particularly favorable for you. You are likely to thrive in professions where you can nurture others, whether through healthcare, psychology, social work, or education. Your empathetic nature makes you well-suited for roles that require deep human connection, and people may naturally gravitate toward you for emotional support. If you work in a leadership or managerial position, you will likely lead with compassion and emotional intelligence, making decisions that prioritize the well-being of others rather than purely focusing on profits or efficiency. One of the most defining aspects of the moon as Amatyakaraka is the role of your mother or a maternal figure in shaping your career. Whether through direct influence, guidance, or emotional support, your mother is likely to play a significant role in helping you find your path. This could manifest as career advice, financial assistance, or simply being an emotional pillar for you. If the moon is well placed in your chart, this influence will be nurturing and beneficial. However, if the moon is afflicted, there could be emotional struggles related to your mother that impact your career choices. You may either try to fulfill an expectation placed upon you by a maternal figure or, in some cases, rebel against it in an effort to find your own path. Since the moon is inherently connected to home and comfort, you may find yourself drawn to careers that involve real estate, interior design, hospitality, or any profession that creates a sense of comfort and security for others. The housing industry, childcare, food and beverage businesses, such as dairy or hospitality services, and environmental work can also resonate strongly with this placement. If you are involved in business, you may succeed in family-oriented or emotionally driven industries where trust and personal connection play a significant role. The placement of the moon in your birth chart significantly influences how these qualities manifest. The house in which your moon sits shows the area of life where your nurturing and caregiving abilities will be most evident. For example, if the moon is in the 10th house, your emotional intelligence will be highly visible in your career and public life, making you a well-respected figure in your field. If the moon is in the 5th house, your ability to nurture may manifest through education, creativity, or raising children. Likewise, if the moon is in the 6th house, your role as a caregiver could be linked to healthcare, social work, or service-oriented professions. The sign in which the moon is placed adds another layer of depth. A moon in Cancer, its own sign, strengthens its nurturing qualities, making you deeply intuitive and emotionally connected to your work. A moon in Taurus, where it is exalted, brings stability and emotional resilience, helping you remain calm and collected even in turbulent situations. However, a moon in Scorpio, where it is debilitated, can indicate emotional struggles, mood swings, or difficulties in maintaining stability in your career. If your moon is in an air sign like Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, your nurturing energy may be channeled through intellectual or communicative professions, such as writing, media, or counseling. If in a fire sign like Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, you may express care through leadership, teaching, or motivational roles. Your ability to communicate emotions and understand others on a deep level also makes you well-suited for professions in psychology, counseling, and therapy. You may have a natural ability to sense what others are feeling and provide them with comfort and guidance. If your moon is connected with Mercury, your career may involve writing, journalism, or public speaking, where you use words to influence and nurture people emotionally. If connected with Venus, artistic and creative fields may be prominent in your life. A connection with Saturn may indicate a career that involves social work, law, or governance, where your sense of responsibility and care for society plays a central role. However, since the moon is a fluctuating planet, its presence as Amatyakaraka suggests that your career may go through phases of ups and downs. You may change jobs or career paths multiple times before settling into something that truly satisfies you. This is because the moon's nature is adaptable and ever-changing, making it difficult for you to commit to something unless it deeply resonates with your emotions. The key to stability in your career is to ensure that your work aligns with your inner values and emotional needs. If your job does not provide fulfillment, you will find yourself constantly searching for something more meaningful. Your professional success is also closely tied to your ability to maintain emotional balance. Since the moon governs emotions, mood swings and mental stress can directly impact your productivity and decision-making. It is essential for you to develop emotional resilience and coping mechanisms to handle career-related stress. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, or creative expression can help you channel the moon's energy constructively. Surrounding yourself with emotionally supportive people and maintaining a work-life balance is crucial to sustaining long-term success. When the moon serves as the Amatyakaraka, it highlights intuition, adaptability, and emotional intelligence as the driving forces behind one's career and life purpose. Its interaction with the Atma Karaka shapes how these qualities manifest. With the sun as the Atma Karaka, the moon enhances leadership through empathy, resulting in compassionate leaders in creative or caregiving roles. If Jupiter is the Atma Karaka, the moon nurtures spiritual growth and wisdom, guiding the individual toward roles in counseling, education, or healing. When paired with Mars as the Atma Karaka, the moon softens Mars' aggression, channeling energy into protective and nurturing professions like healthcare or social work. With Mercury as the Atma Karaka, the moon enriches intellectual pursuits with emotional depth, supporting careers in communication, writing, or diplomacy. This pairing underscores the role of emotions and intuition as vital tools in achieving professional success and fulfilling life goals. The dignity of your moon significantly influences how easily you achieve your career goals. A strong and well-placed moon, receiving positive aspects from benefic planets like Jupiter or Venus, indicates that you will find career satisfaction relatively early in life. However, if your moon is afflicted by malefic planets such as Saturn, Rahu, or Ketu, you may experience delays, emotional struggles, or a lack of clarity in finding your true purpose. In such cases, it is essential to work on emotional stability and be patient as your career unfolds over time. Another important factor is the nakshatra in which your moon is placed. Different nakshatras bring different flavors to the moon's influence. For instance, a moon in Rohini may indicate a strong inclination toward artistic and creative fields. Understanding the nakshatra's influence can provide deeper insight into the specific way your nurturing and emotional intelligence will manifest in your career. Finally, when the moon's dasha, planetary period, is active, you may experience significant shifts in your career. This period often brings opportunities that align with your emotional needs and intuitive strengths. If the moon is positively placed, this could be a time of professional success and recognition. However, if afflicted, emotional challenges may arise that need to be addressed before progress can be made. Overall, having the moon as Amatyakaraka indicates that your career and life path are deeply connected to your emotions, intuition, and ability to nurture others. You are naturally drawn to professions where you can provide care, healing, and emotional support. Whether through teaching, counseling, healthcare, or creative arts, your work must resonate with your heart for you to find true fulfillment. While fluctuations in your career are possible, they are part of your journey toward finding a meaningful and emotionally satisfying path. By embracing the moon's qualities and maintaining emotional balance, you can create a career that aligns with both your heart and soul, ultimately leading to lasting success and inner peace. Mars, as Amatyakaraka in a birth chart, plays a crucial role in determining one's professional life, responsibilities, and the means by which they fulfill their desires and ambitions. As a planet symbolizing action, aggression, willpower, and discipline, Mars brings an intense, goal-oriented, and dynamic energy to the individual's path. This placement suggests that the native's profession or life path will require courage, leadership, and the ability to face challenges head-on. Whether in physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual ways, Mars as Amatyakaraka ensures that the native's journey is filled with action and responsibility. When Mars takes the role of Amatyakaraka, it influences the individual's career by pushing them into fields that demand strength and resilience. Professions such as military service, law enforcement, engineering, athletics, real estate, and surgery become highly suitable. This is because all these fields require courage, discipline, and the ability to act decisively under pressure. The native will naturally gravitate toward work that requires initiative and quick decision-making. Their competitive spirit drives them to excel in any task they take on, and they do not shy away from conflicts or high-risk situations. They are built to face adversity and overcome it, which makes them natural leaders. Mars, being a planet of protection and defense, implies that individuals with this placement often take on roles that involve safeguarding others. Whether as police officers, soldiers, or even lawyers and activists, they feel an inherent duty to stand up for others and fight for justice. In careers related to law, Mars ensures that the native is assertive, persistent, and strategic in their approach. If Mars is well placed in the chart, it bestows a strong sense of righteousness and the drive to uphold justice, making them fierce defenders of the truth. In contrast, if Mars is afflicted, it can manifest as aggression, impatience, or impulsiveness, which might cause conflicts in professional and personal life. Another significant aspect of Mars as Amatyakaraka is its connection with physical energy. The native is likely to be drawn toward careers that require physical stamina and strength. Athletes, sports coaches, personal trainers, and martial artists often have a strong Martian influence in their charts. The native may have a body that naturally builds muscle or requires physical activity to feel fulfilled. This placement indicates a deep connection between the native's profession and their physical well-being. They must maintain their energy levels to perform efficiently in their chosen career. If Mars is in a strong dignity, they are likely to have a robust physique and the ability to sustain high-energy tasks for prolonged periods. Entrepreneurship is another avenue that is strongly supported by Mars as Amatyakaraka. The aggressive, fearless, and risk-taking nature of Mars makes the individual well-suited for business ventures. They prefer to take charge rather than work under someone else's authority. Their ability to make quick decisions, strategize, and take calculated risks makes them successful in independent ventures. However, they must be mindful of their tendency to rush into things without thorough planning. While Mars provides the courage to take risks, it is essential for the native to harness patience and long-term planning skills to sustain their ventures. The placement of Mars in the natal chart further refines the interpretation of its role as Amatyakaraka. If Mars is in an angular house, 1st, 4th, 7th, or 10th, its influence is significantly heightened, making the native highly ambitious and driven. In the 10th house, Mars gives strong leadership abilities and a career in high-ranking positions. In the 4th house, it may indicate real estate dealings or a profession related to homeland defense. If Mars is placed in the 6th house, the native might engage in legal battles, health-related professions, or competitive jobs. When placed in the 8th or 12th house, Mars can direct the individual toward secretive professions, research, or even military intelligence. Mars's dignity in the birth chart significantly impacts how smoothly the native achieves success. If Mars is exalted in Capricorn, the individual will have immense discipline, determination, and the ability to work relentlessly to achieve their goals. Success will come with effort but will be more structured and sustainable. On the other hand, if Mars is debilitated in Cancer, the native may struggle with emotional impulsivity, frustration, or a lack of direction in their career. Challenges in decision-making or authority issues may arise, making it essential for the native to work on emotional balance and patience. A well-supported Mars, with benefic aspects from Jupiter or Venus, helps the native achieve their goals more harmoniously, while afflictions from Saturn or Rahu may cause delays or struggles in professional matters. Another crucial factor in analyzing Mars as Amatyakaraka is its interaction with the Atma Karaka, the soul's significator. If Mars is assisting a Jupiter Atma Karaka, the individual will use their courage and fighting spirit to become a guide, teacher, or motivational speaker. If the Atma Karaka is the moon, the individual may channel their Martian energy into nurturing and protecting others, possibly working in healing professions or as a firefighter. When paired with the Sun Atma Karaka, Mars amplifies leadership qualities, pushing the individual into authoritative or government-related roles. Mars as Amatyakaraka indicates that male figures, especially brothers or male friends, will play a significant role in the native's career development. The support or competition they receive from these individuals will shape their professional journey. If Mars is well placed, elder brothers, mentors, or male allies will be instrumental in guiding them towards success. If Mars is afflicted, conflicts with male figures or authority figures may create obstacles in their path. In relationships, Mars as Amatyakaraka creates a passionate and assertive individual. They seek dynamic, ambitious, and strong-willed partners who match their energy levels. However, they must be mindful of potential dominance issues, as their forceful nature can sometimes overpower others. Learning to balance assertiveness with compromise is key to maintaining harmonious relationships. This placement can also indicate intense romantic relationships filled with passion, drive, and sometimes conflicts that test their resilience. Spiritually, Mars as Amatyakaraka represents the warrior's path. The individual is destined to take bold actions, fight for what they believe in, and embrace challenges as part of their spiritual evolution. Their soul mission often involves standing up for righteousness, protecting others, and mastering discipline in all aspects of life. They may be drawn to spiritual practices that require physical activity, such as martial arts, yoga, or disciplined meditation. The warrior energy of Mars urges them to conquer their inner battles, transforming raw aggression into focused determination. Overall, Mars as Amatyakaraka bestows immense strength, leadership, and a drive to succeed in competitive and challenging fields. Whether as a soldier, lawyer, entrepreneur, engineer, surgeon, or athlete, the native's life path is marked by action, courage, and a deep sense of duty. Their profession is likely to be physically demanding, mentally challenging, or require them to take on significant responsibilities. While they have the potential for great success, they must learn to balance their aggressive tendencies with patience and strategic thinking. Understanding the dignity, placement, and aspects of Mars in their chart will provide deeper insights into how they can harness its energy effectively. By channeling their Martian traits positively, they can achieve great things and leave a lasting impact on their chosen field. When Mercury becomes the Amatyakaraka in a birth chart, its influence significantly shapes one's career, approach to problem-solving, and intellectual abilities. As the Amatyakaraka represents the path one must take to fulfill their soul's desires, indicated by the Atma Karaka, Mercury's role highlights the importance of communication, adaptability, logic, and mental agility in achieving success. This planet governs speech, commerce, reasoning, analytical thinking, and versatility, making it an ideal indicator of careers that involve constant learning, interaction, and multitasking. An individual with Mercury as their Amatyakaraka often finds themselves drawn toward professions that require effective communication, strategic thinking, and the ability to process and disseminate information quickly. A defining trait of Mercury as Amatyakaraka is its restless, curious, and playful nature. Such individuals tend to have multiple interests and a natural inclination toward exploration. They are quick learners, often picking up new skills effortlessly. However, this very trait can sometimes become a challenge, as Mercury's mutable nature makes it difficult for them to stick to one path for an extended period. They may find themselves frequently switching jobs, careers, or interests, seeking environments that keep them mentally stimulated. This can be a double-edged sword. While it allows them to be versatile and dynamic, it can also lead to struggles with consistency and long-term commitment in their professional endeavors. Mercury's role as Amatyakaraka emphasizes the significance of effective communication in an individual's journey toward success. Whether it is verbal, written, or digital communication, they must leverage their ability to articulate ideas clearly and persuasively. Many people with this placement excel in fields such as journalism, marketing, public relations, content creation, teaching, and business. In the modern era, Mercury's influence extends to social media, digital marketing, and technology-driven careers, making it highly favorable for professions like blogging, vlogging, content strategy, and IT-related work. The ability to process vast amounts of information and present it in an accessible and engaging manner is one of their strongest assets. The relationship between Mercury as Amatyakaraka and the Atma Karaka provides deeper insight into how these individuals navigate their professional and personal paths. If, for example, the Atma Karaka is Jupiter, the soul's ultimate goal is wisdom, teaching, or spiritual growth, and Mercury acts as the means to achieve that, perhaps through writing, lecturing, or business ventures related to knowledge sharing. Conversely, if Mercury itself is the Atma Karaka and Jupiter is the Amatyakaraka, the individual's primary goal is business or intellectual success, with knowledge and philosophy serving as tools to reach that status. In both cases, Mercury's influence ensures that the person thrives in environments where intellectual engagement and learning are constant. An interesting quality of Mercury as Amatyakaraka is its ability to observe, analyze, and adapt. These individuals do not operate solely based on formal education. Rather, they absorb information from their surroundings, process it efficiently, and use it to their advantage. Their natural curiosity and keen sense of observation make them excellent strategists and problem solvers. They have a pragmatic approach to life, relying on logic and reason rather than emotions to make decisions. This ability to analyze and calculate makes them highly suited for careers in finance, stock trading, consulting, and strategic planning. Mercury's dual nature means that these individuals often balance multiple roles or responsibilities. They might find themselves managing different aspects of a business, working in diverse industries, or handling various projects simultaneously. This is especially true if Mercury is placed in a strong house like the 10th, career, 6th, service and competition, or 3rd, communication and entrepreneurship. Their ability to multitask effectively can be a great strength, but it can also lead to burnout if they do not learn to focus their energy. It is essential for them to cultivate discipline and prioritize their tasks to avoid feeling overwhelmed by too many commitments. The sign and house placement of Mercury significantly influence how this energy manifests. For instance, if Mercury is in Gemini, its own sign, the individual may have an exceptionally sharp intellect, excelling in writing, journalism, or any field requiring adaptability. If placed in Virgo, its exalted position, Mercury grants extraordinary analytical abilities, making the person a meticulous planner or strategist. However, if Mercury is in Pisces, where it is debilitated, the individual may struggle with indecisiveness, scattered thoughts, or difficulties in communication, requiring conscious effort to develop clarity and focus. Another key factor in understanding Mercury's role as Amatyakaraka is its dignity in the chart. If Mercury is in good dignity, meaning it is in its own sign, exalted, or receiving benefic aspects, it indicates that the person will achieve their professional and intellectual goals relatively early in life with minimal obstacles. They may find their true calling naturally, and their skills in communication and business will be well supported. However, if Mercury is in a weak position, such as being afflicted by malefic planets like Saturn, Rahu, or Mars, it can create difficulties in clarity of thought, communication issues, or delays in career progress. In such cases, the individual may have to work harder to overcome challenges related to decision-making and self-expression. If Mercury is conjunct Venus, the person may have a talent for artistic communication, such as writing poetry, singing, or acting. A conjunction with Jupiter enhances their ability to teach, guide, and counsel others, making them excellent educators or philosophers. If Mercury is influenced by Rahu, it can make them extremely sharp and cunning in business, capable of strategic thinking and manipulation when necessary. A conjunction with Saturn, on the other hand, may slow down their decision-making process, making them more methodical but also potentially causing hesitation or overthinking. Mercury's association with commerce and trade is another important aspect of its role as Amatyakaraka. Many individuals with this placement find themselves drawn to entrepreneurship, trading, or professions involving negotiation and deal-making. Their ability to assess trends, understand market dynamics, and communicate effectively gives them an edge in business. They can excel as salespeople, financial analysts, or even in legal professions where logical argumentation and articulation play a crucial role. Their natural talent for persuasion makes them effective in roles that require selling ideas, products, or services. An individual with Mercury as Amatyakaraka is often known for their wit, humor, and ability to connect with people effortlessly. Their youthful and playful demeanor allows them to engage with a wide range of individuals, making networking one of their greatest strengths. However, they must be cautious not to come across as overly superficial or unreliable, as their ever-changing interests and quick adaptability can sometimes be perceived as a lack of depth or commitment. Spiritually, Mercury's role as Amatyakaraka suggests that intellectual growth and knowledge-sharing play a key role in fulfilling one's purpose. These individuals are encouraged to cultivate mindfulness, refine their communication skills, and use their intelligence to guide themselves and others toward wisdom. Their logical minds can be balanced with intuitive practices, such as meditation or philosophical exploration, to develop a more holistic understanding of life. Ultimately, Mercury as Amatyakaraka grants an individual the ability to navigate the world using intellect, adaptability, and sharp communication skills. Success for them comes when they fully embrace their mercurial qualities, remaining curious, constantly learning, and engaging with others in meaningful ways. Whether in business, media, education, or technology, their sharp minds and articulate speech will be their greatest tools in carving out a fulfilling career and life path. However, they must also learn to manage their restless energy, focus their efforts, and develop a strong sense of direction to maximize their potential. When Venus takes on the role of Amatyakaraka in a birth chart, it infuses the individual's life path and career with qualities of beauty, harmony, and relationships. Venus governs love, art, luxury, and service, making these themes central to one's professional and personal development. The Amatyakaraka planet represents the means through which a person fulfills their soul's purpose, as indicated by the Atma Karaka. So when Venus holds this role, it suggests that relationships, creativity, and aesthetic pursuits will play a crucial part in their journey. One of the most defining traits of having Venus as Amatyakaraka is the emphasis on relationships and diplomacy. This placement suggests that the individual will need to build and maintain harmonious connections to progress in their career and life goals. Whether it is through personal relationships, business partnerships, or social interactions, they are naturally inclined to work in environments that require grace, tact, and cooperation. Such individuals often excel in fields like public relations, counseling, or diplomacy, where their ability to mediate and create balance is highly valued. Venus's energy allows them to navigate social dynamics effortlessly, making them well-liked and respected in their professional circles. Creativity is another major aspect of Venus as Amatyakaraka. This placement often blesses the native with artistic talents, whether in music, painting, acting, fashion, or any other form of artistic expression. Their career path is likely to involve an element of creativity, and they may find themselves drawn to professions in the entertainment industry, advertising, or design. Venus's influence encourages them to channel their artistic sensibilities into their work, ensuring that their profession is not just a means of earning but also a source of joy and fulfillment. Many with this placement find success in careers that allow them to bring beauty into the world, whether through their creations, performances, or contributions to industries like interior design, cosmetics, or filmmaking. Beyond just creativity, Venus also represents luxury, wealth, and material pleasures. Those with Venus as Amatyakaraka may find themselves working in industries related to high-end products, fashion, jewelry, or hospitality. They have a natural appreciation for quality and elegance, which can translate into a successful career in businesses that cater to refined tastes. Many individuals with this placement are drawn to work that involves luxury brands, event planning, or even financial management in fields related to the arts or lifestyle industries. Their ability to attract wealth and prosperity is strong, though their success will largely depend on the dignity of Venus in their chart. A unique quality of Venus is its association with service and devotion. While it is often linked with pleasure and material comforts, Venus also represents selfless love and dedication. In mythology, Venus's guru, Shukrakarya, possessed the power to bring the dead back to life, symbolizing Venus's connection to healing and rejuvenation. Because of this, individuals with Venus as Amatyakaraka may also find themselves drawn to professions in healing, whether as doctors, therapists, or alternative healers. They may work in beauty and wellness industries, helping others enhance their well-being through medical, aesthetic, or spiritual means. Professions related to holistic healing, counseling, and personal care industries align well with this placement. One of the most interesting aspects of Venus as Amatyakaraka is its role in teaching and guiding others. In Vedic mythology, Venus is one of the gurus, teachers, emphasizing its ability to offer knowledge in unconventional or alternative ways. This suggests that individuals with this placement may thrive in professions involving mentorship, coaching, or teaching, particularly in artistic, financial, or relationship-oriented fields. They may work as art teachers, financial advisors, relationship counselors, or even spiritual guides, helping others find balance and fulfillment in life. The social nature of Venus also indicates that these individuals are highly interactive and drawn to professions that involve dealing with the public. Whether they are working in business, politics, or entertainment, they tend to thrive in environments where they can engage with people, showcase their charm, and build meaningful connections. Venus's influence makes them excellent at networking, and they often find career opportunities through their social interactions. This placement also suggests a strong presence in modern social media platforms, where they may use their creativity to build an online career through content creation, blogging, or influencer marketing. Another crucial factor to consider when analyzing Venus as Amatyakaraka is the house and sign it occupies in the birth chart. The placement of Venus will determine the specific areas of life where its influence is most pronounced. For example, if Venus is in the 10th house, the house of career, it strongly indicates a career in art, entertainment, or diplomacy. If placed in the 12th house, the individual may find themselves working in foreign lands, spiritual institutions, or fields related to healing and charity work. Similarly, if Venus is in Taurus or Libra, its own signs, its influence is greatly amplified, making it easier for the native to achieve success in Venusian fields. However, if Venus is in Virgo, its sign of debilitation, or heavily afflicted by malefic planets like Saturn, Mars, or Rahu, the individual may struggle with finding harmony in their career or may experience delays in achieving success. The aspects and conjunctions of Venus with other planets also play a significant role in shaping its influence. If Venus is conjunct with the Moon, the person may be inclined toward beauty, cosmetics, or the luxury industry. If Venus is with Mars, it can indicate a career in sports, cooking, or surgery. A conjunction with Saturn may bring discipline and structure to Venus's qualities, leading to careers in law, government, or structured artistic fields like architecture. These planetary combinations further refine the way Venus manifests as Amatyakaraka, adding unique layers to the individual's professional and personal journey. Another major consideration is the role of the Atma Karaka, the planet that represents the soul's ultimate purpose. Venus as Amatyakaraka serves as a bridge between the Atmakaraka's goal and the means to achieve it. For example, if the Atmakaraka is Mercury, the person may use their Venusian creativity in business or communication-related fields. If the Atmakaraka is the Sun, they may use their artistic and diplomatic skills in leadership roles. The relationship between the Atmakaraka and Amatyakaraka is crucial in determining how the person's career unfolds and what kind of effort they need to put in to reach their highest potential. Ultimately, the dignity of Venus determines how smoothly these Venusian qualities manifest in the individual's life. If Venus is strong and well-placed, success in creative and relationship-oriented fields comes naturally. However, if Venus is weak or afflicted, the person may struggle with financial instability, difficulty in relationships, or challenges in finding the right career path. Overall, Venus as Amatyakaraka blesses the individual with a life path centered around love, beauty, relationships, and creativity. Their career choices often reflect their appreciation for aesthetics and their ability to create harmony in various fields. Whether in arts, diplomacy, finance, or healing, they are naturally inclined toward professions that allow them to express their creativity and interact with others. Success for these individuals lies in following their passion and using their gifts to bring joy, harmony, and refinement to the world around them. Jupiter as Amatyakaraka in a birth chart carries profound implications for one's career, life purpose, and overall growth. As the planet of wisdom, knowledge, expansion, and righteousness, Jupiter's role in guiding an individual's professional and spiritual journey is unparalleled. When this grand benefic takes on the role of Amatyakaraka, it signifies that wisdom, ethical values, and the pursuit of knowledge will be central themes in one's life. The individual is likely to achieve success by embracing and sharing knowledge, following a morally upright path, and serving as a guide or mentor to others. However, the specific manifestation of this placement is influenced by Jupiter's sign, house placement, dignity, conjunctions, and aspects in the chart. One of the most defining characteristics of having Jupiter as Amatyakaraka is that success in life will be achieved through the accumulation and dissemination of knowledge. This placement suggests a natural inclination toward professions that involve teaching, counseling, advising, or guiding others. Whether as a teacher, professor, writer, philosopher, or even a spiritual leader, such individuals are drawn to careers where they can impart wisdom. Their ability to understand complex concepts and simplify them for others makes them excellent educators and mentors. With Jupiter's influence, these individuals often find themselves in positions where they have the responsibility of moral and ethical guidance, ensuring that their work contributes positively to society. The presence of Jupiter as Amatyakaraka also points toward a career that involves continuous learning and expansion. Unlike some placements that indicate a straightforward career path, this one suggests that education and intellectual development will be ongoing throughout life. Individuals with this placement often spend considerable time acquiring knowledge before fully stepping into their professional roles. This can manifest as extended studies, multiple degrees, or extensive training before they feel fully equipped to take on their responsibilities. Jupiter's expansive nature ensures that their career will not remain stagnant. They are likely to encounter numerous opportunities for growth, advancement, and diversification in their field. A significant aspect of this placement is the role of mentorship and guidance in shaping the individual's career. Jupiter represents gurus and teachers, which means that mentors or influential figures play a crucial role in the person's professional journey. They may find themselves receiving life-changing guidance from teachers, spiritual guides, or senior professionals who help them align with their true path. Similarly, as they progress in their careers, they are likely to take on the role of a mentor themselves, offering support and wisdom to those who seek it. Their success is deeply tied to their ability to guide others, making professions like coaching, advisory roles, and leadership positions particularly suitable. Jupiter's association with Dharma, ethics, and righteousness means that individuals with this placement are often driven by a strong moral compass. They are unlikely to pursue careers solely for financial gain, but rather for the impact and value they can provide to society. Integrity and ethical conduct are of utmost importance to them, and they may find themselves drawn to professions that involve law, social justice, religious leadership, or ethical business practices. Even if they engage in materialistic professions such as finance or business, they are likely to approach these fields with a sense of responsibility and fairness. Any deviation from ethical principles can lead to dissatisfaction or setbacks in their professional journey. The expansive nature of Jupiter also influences their approach to career and work. These individuals are not limited by conventional boundaries and often think in broad, visionary terms. They have the ability to see the bigger picture and work towards long-term goals rather than immediate rewards. This makes them excellent strategists, policymakers, and advisors, as they can foresee the consequences of actions and decisions. Their broad-minded approach allows them to embrace diverse perspectives, making them well-suited for careers in academia, diplomacy, international relations, and philosophy. They thrive in environments that allow them to explore new ideas, expand their horizons, and contribute to the collective wisdom of society. Another important aspect of Jupiter as Amatyakaraka is its connection to wealth and prosperity. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, and when it plays a prominent role in career-related matters, it often bestows financial stability and success. However, this wealth is usually a byproduct of their wisdom and ethical actions rather than mere ambition. Individuals with this placement often experience financial growth through professions that involve education, finance, consulting, or spiritual leadership. They may also be involved in philanthropic activities, as Jupiter's influence encourages generosity and the desire to uplift others. A well-placed Jupiter ensures that they not only accumulate wealth but also use it wisely for noble purposes. The house and sign placement of Jupiter further refine the interpretation of this placement. If Jupiter is positioned in a strong house, such as the 9th or 10th house, it significantly enhances career success and recognition. The 9th house placement, in particular, strengthens the individual's role as a teacher, philosopher, or spiritual leader, while the 10th house placement ensures career prominence and a respected public image. If Jupiter is in its own signs, Sagittarius or Pisces, or exalted in Cancer, its benefic influence is greatly magnified, bringing ease and fortune in career matters. On the other hand, if Jupiter is in a challenging placement, such as in debilitation or afflicted by malefic planets, the individual may experience delays or obstacles in fulfilling their career path. In such cases, developing patience, maintaining ethical integrity, and seeking wise counsel become essential for overcoming challenges. In addition to house placement, the aspects on Jupiter also play a crucial role in determining how its energy manifests. If Jupiter is aspect by benefic planets like Venus or Mercury, it can enhance creativity, communication skills, and intellectual pursuits, making the individual excel in writing, public speaking, or media-related fields. However, if afflicted by malefic planets like Saturn, Rahu, or Ketu, it may create struggles in early career years, delays in recognition, or difficulties in finding the right mentors. In such cases, the individual must put an extra effort to develop self-confidence and clarity in their career direction. Jupiter's influence as Amatyakaraka is not limited to career alone. It also shapes one's personal philosophy and approach to life. These individuals often have a strong belief in divine timing and the power of positive thinking. They are naturally optimistic and resilient, able to see opportunities even in challenging situations. Their faith in life's larger purpose allows them to navigate difficulties with grace, always trusting that better things are ahead. This spiritual outlook not only helps them in their professional life but also in their relationships and personal growth. Jupiter as Amatyakaraka signifies a life purpose enriched by wisdom, teaching, and spiritual growth, acting as a bridge between the Atma Karaka's goals and their realization. When the Sun is the Atma Karaka, Jupiter supports visionary leadership, blending morality and authority for roles in governance or social reform. If Mars is the Atma Karaka, Jupiter channels Mars' courage into meaningful endeavors like philanthropy, education, or religious leadership, where bold action serves societal advancement. With the Moon as the Atma Karaka, Jupiter fosters emotional intelligence and empathy, guiding the individual toward nurturing roles in education, counseling, or community service. When Mercury is the Atma Karaka, Jupiter amplifies intellectual pursuits, leading to success in academia, publishing, or business ventures that merge practicality with higher ideals. This dynamic ensures that the individual's professional and personal paths are guided by an expansive vision and a deep commitment to knowledge and growth. One of the greatest lessons for individuals with Jupiter as Amatyakaraka is the importance of sharing their knowledge freely. Jupiter's energy thrives when wisdom is imparted without selfish intent. Holding back knowledge or using it for personal gain alone can lead to dissatisfaction or stagnation. By embracing the role of a guide, teacher, or advisor, they align themselves with their true purpose and unlock the abundance that Jupiter promises. Whether through formal education, informal mentoring, or even social media, their ability to spread wisdom and positivity is key to their fulfillment. Ultimately, the impact of Jupiter as Amatyakaraka depends on the overall planetary configurations in the birth chart. While this placement bestows many blessings, the timing of career success, the nature of challenges, and the specific professional path will vary based on Jupiter's dignity, aspects, and relationship with the Atma Karaka. Regardless of the details, one thing remains certain: these individuals are destined to uplift, inspire, and expand the horizons of those around them. By embracing Jupiter's qualities of wisdom, generosity, and ethical leadership, they can fulfill their true purpose and create a meaningful impact in the world. Saturn as Amatyakaraka is a powerful yet demanding placement in a birth chart, indicating that your career path and life's work will be shaped by the qualities of Saturn: discipline, perseverance, patience, and responsibility. This planetary influence ensures that nothing in your professional life comes easily or quickly. Success will require sustained effort, long-term commitment, and an ability to endure delays and obstacles. However, once Saturn's lessons are learned and integrated, the rewards it offers are substantial and long-lasting, often leading to a career that leaves a significant impact on the world. With Saturn as Amatyakaraka, your professional path is likely to be karmically driven. This means that the work you are meant to do in this lifetime is deeply connected to past life debts and responsibilities. You may feel an inner compulsion to serve others, take on responsibilities, or work in fields where structure, order, and discipline are paramount. Whether you enter public service, law, medicine, engineering, or even social work, your profession will require patience and a sense of duty. The idea of instant success is foreign to you, as your achievements will be the result of years, if not decades, of hard work. Saturn as Amatyakaraka, you may recognize your career path early on but find it difficult to make immediate progress. It is as if the road to success is filled with obstacles, requiring persistent effort before you can move forward. This can sometimes feel frustrating, but the delays are ultimately meant to strengthen your resolve and ensure that when success does arrive, it is well-earned and enduring. Authority and responsibility are central themes with Saturn as Amatyakaraka. You are likely to find yourself in positions of power, but these roles will come with significant duties rather than just prestige. Unlike other planetary influences that might grant authority quickly, Saturn ensures that you earn your leadership role through years of consistent effort. You may not receive support from authority figures early in life, forcing you to develop self-reliance. This placement often signifies someone who must build their career independently, without shortcuts or external privileges. Saturn's association with law, order, and governance suggests that careers in legal professions, politics, or administration can be promising. Many judges, policymakers, and government officials have Saturn as their Amatyakaraka because these professions require a deep sense of discipline, responsibility, and justice. Similarly, the medical field is another significant area where Saturn's influence is evident, particularly in roles that involve surgery, rehabilitation, or long-term patient care. You may also be drawn to engineering, construction, real estate, or industries related to metals and minerals, as Saturn governs these fields. Despite Saturn's reputation for hardship, it is also the planet of longevity and stability. This means that once you establish yourself in a career, you are likely to maintain that position for a long time. Your work may not be glamorous, but it will be impactful and enduring. This placement suggests a preference for careers that involve structure and long-term planning. You might excel in roles where you are responsible for implementing policies, managing large-scale projects, or ensuring the stability of an organization. One of the defining lessons of Saturn as Amatyakaraka is resilience. Life will test you with delays, setbacks, and hardships, but each challenge is meant to strengthen your ability to endure. Unlike those who achieve success overnight and lose it just as quickly, your path is about building something that lasts. Your career is unlikely to be a linear progression. Instead, it will require you to adapt, learn from failures, and persist even when results seem distant. The reward for this perseverance is not only professional success but also deep personal growth and wisdom. Karma plays a significant role in this placement. Saturn ensures that you are held accountable for your actions, particularly in your career. Integrity and ethical behavior are crucial. Cutting corners or seeking shortcuts will only result in setbacks. This placement often signifies that your career choices are tied to your karmic duties, and fulfilling them with sincerity is essential for progress. In many cases, individuals with this placement feel a sense of obligation to serve society, whether through public service, humanitarian work, or efforts to improve systems and structures. Saturn's role as a teacher is also evident in this placement. Over time, you will likely become a mentor, trainer, or educator in your field. While Jupiter represents traditional education, Saturn governs practical knowledge, the kind of wisdom gained through experience. Whether you formally take on a teaching role or simply become a guiding figure in your profession, you will pass on the lessons you have learned through hard work and perseverance. Your ability to teach others comes not from theoretical understanding but from lived experience. Another aspect of Saturn as Amatyakaraka is its connection to justice and fairness. You may feel a strong sense of duty toward ensuring that rules are upheld and that justice is served. This can manifest in careers related to law enforcement, legal advocacy, or even corporate governance. You might find yourself drawn to roles that involve policymaking, where you can contribute to creating laws and regulations that benefit society. The pursuit of fairness and order will be a significant motivator in your career, and your sense of justice will guide many of your professional decisions. The placement of Saturn in your chart, its house, sign, aspects, and nakshatra, will further refine how its influence manifests. If Saturn is placed in a strong position, such as its own signs of Capricorn or Aquarius, its lessons may be slightly easier to integrate. However, if Saturn is debilitated, its delays and challenges may feel more pronounced. The aspects Saturn receives from other planets will also shape its expression. For instance, a conjunction with Mars might make you more determined and assertive in overcoming obstacles, while a conjunction with Venus could bring a sense of duty toward artistic or social causes. Saturn as Amatyakaraka represents discipline, responsibility, and perseverance as key attributes in fulfilling life's purpose. Its relationship with the Atma Karaka refines how these qualities unfold. If the Sun is the Atma Karaka, Saturn grounds leadership qualities, creating a stable and fair leader suited for governance or administration. When Mars is the Atma Karaka, Saturn tempers impulsiveness, channeling energy into structured roles like engineering, defense, or construction. With Jupiter as the Atma Karaka, Saturn enhances spiritual aspirations by providing focus and pragmatism, making the individual suited for careers blending philosophy and societal contribution, such as law or teaching. If the Moon is the Amatyakaraka, Saturn strengthens emotional resilience, guiding the person toward professions requiring care and responsibility, such as healthcare or social work. This combination emphasizes the importance of enduring effort, duty, and karmic learning in achieving both professional success and life fulfillment. Saturn as Amatyakaraka also influences how you view success. Unlike those who seek fame or immediate gratification, you are likely to define success in terms of stability, impact, and longevity. You may not be interested in temporary recognition but rather in creating something that stands the test of time. Your achievements will often come later in life, but they will be substantial and respected. Many leaders, scientists, and innovators with Saturn as Amatyakaraka find that their work gains recognition only after years of effort, sometimes even posthumously. This placement also teaches the importance of humility. Saturn does not favor arrogance or entitlement. Instead, it rewards those who remain grounded and dedicated. You may experience setbacks that force you to reevaluate your approach, ensuring that you remain humble and adaptable. This quality makes you a respected figure in your field, as others recognize your commitment and sincerity. Your journey is not about seeking validation but about fulfilling your responsibilities with integrity. Ultimately, Saturn as Amatyakaraka signifies a life of meaningful work, service, and long-term impact. Your career will not be easy, but it will be deeply fulfilling. The hardships you endure are meant to shape you into a person of wisdom, discipline, and resilience. As you progress, you will find that the very struggles that once seemed like obstacles were, in fact, the stepping stones to your greatest achievements. Saturn teaches that true success is not about speed but about endurance, and for those willing to embrace its lessons, it grants a legacy that endures far beyond a single lifetime. As we conclude this episode, please remember that these insights are based on Sidereal or Vedic Astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference from the tropical zodiac. Individual predictions may vary, as every birth chart is unique. It's essential to consider your own birth chart when applying these general predictions to your personal circumstances. If you'd like personalized predictions or have questions about your astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful astrology content. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to sharing more astrological wisdom with you in the future. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.